Have you heard about the Retirees Handbook?
It's full of answers to your retirement questions.
Subscribe now so you don't miss a thing.
Welcome on the YouTube channel, The Retirees Handbook. If you enjoy our content, leave a like on the video and subscribe to our channel. Have you seen some of the recent headlines about Social Security and Medicare? It feels like every other day there's something new. And honestly, it can be pretty confusing, maybe even a little worrying. But don't you worry. In this explainer, we are going to cut through all that noise. We'll break down exactly what's changing so you can feel confident and totally in control of your financial future.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Here's what we're going to cover today. We'll talk about a surprise SSI payment, the end of paper checks, a proposed change for disability rules, what's happening with the COLA, and finally, what's new with Medicare costs. Think of it as your roadmap to understanding all these updates.
All right, first up, let's tackle something that might have seemed like a nice little bonus in your bank account back in October. A lot of SSI recipients were pleasantly surprised, but there's a simple explanation and it all comes down to how the calendar falls.
So, I want you to think back. Did you happen to look at your bank account in October and see 2 SSI payments? If you did, you're not alone, and you probably thought, wait a minute, what's going on here? Did I win the lottery? Well, let's get to the bottom of it.
Here's the deal. It wasn't a computer glitch, and it definitely wasn't a new bonus program. It was just a simple scheduling thing. See, November 1st, 2025 lands on a weekend. The Social Security Administration has a rule. If a payment date falls on a weekend or a holiday, they send it out on the business day before. So your November payment just showed up a day early, on October 31st. It's actually a pretty common practice to make sure you always get your money on time.
Now, this is the part you really need to remember. That second payment in October, that was your November payment. It wasn't extra cash. This means there won't be another SSI deposit in the month of November. So it's absolutely crucial that you budget that money to last you all the way through November until your next payment arrives in December.
Okay, moving on to our next big topic. This one really is the end of an era for how millions of folks get their benefits. We're talking about saying a final goodbye to the old school paper check.
As of September 30th, it's official. The Social Security Administration has gone fully digital. No more paper checks in the mail. Now, this change is all about making the system better for you. It's faster, it's way more secure, and it's much more reliable. You don't have to worry about a check getting lost, delayed, or stolen from your mailbox. Plus, it saves a ton of money on printing and postage. Now, if you happen to be one of the few people who are still getting paper checks, you'll need to act to make sure your payments keep coming without a hitch. You've got 2 super simple and secure options. You can enroll in direct deposit and the money goes straight into your bank account. Or you can get the Direct Express prepaid debit card. It works just like any other debit card and you can use it anywhere they're accepted.
Let's switch gears and talk about something that's been stirring up a lot of conversation, and maybe a little bit of concern. There's a potential change on the table for the Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI, eligibility rules, and it specifically affects older applicants.
So here's the debate in a nutshell. Right now, the rules kind of give a little extra consideration to applicants over 50. It's a recognition that, it's just plain harder to switch careers or learn a new job later in life when you're dealing with a health condition. Supporters of the proposed change say the workforce has changed a lot and the rules need to be updated. On the other hand, critics are worried that this could make it much tougher for older Americans who genuinely can't work because of their health to get the benefits they desperately need.
Okay, let me be perfectly clear about this, because it's the most important takeaway here. This is just a proposal. It is not law. Nothing has actually changed yet. Your current benefits are totally safe, and applications are still being reviewed under the same old rules. It's something to keep an eye on for sure, but there's no reason to panic right now. All right, let's talk about something we all watch closely every year. The cost of living adjustment, the COLA. This year, the conversation got a little messy because of all the chatter about a potential government shutdown, and it created a lot of needless anxiety. So, let's separate the facts from the fear. Here is the bottom line, and I want you to hear this loud and clear. Even if, and that's a big if, a government shutdown were to happen and it delayed the official announcement of the new COLA percentage, it would not delay your actual benefit payments. Social Security, SSI, and SSDI checks are protected by law. They are considered mandatory spending, which means they will go out on time no matter what political drama is unfolding in Washington.
And finally, let's look ahead to 2025.
we've got some confirmed changes to Medicare Part B costs that you'll want to know about so you can plan your budget for the coming year.
So here are the official numbers. The standard monthly premium for Medicare Part B, that's the part that covers things like your doctor visits, lab work, and outpatient stuff, is going up to $185. The annual deductible is also getting a bump, up to $257. These kinds of adjustments happen every year to make sure the program can keep up with rising healthcare costs.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Nobody likes to see their costs go up, right? But it's helpful to put this into context. It's a relatively small increase, and it's designed to keep the entire Medicare program financially healthy so it can continue to provide reliable coverage for tens of millions of Americans.
But here's the silver lining, the really good news. For most people, that cost of living adjustment we were just talking about is expected to be more than enough to cover this Medicare increase. So what does that mean for your wallet? It means your net monthly payment, the actual cash that hits your bank account, should stay about the same or maybe even go up a tiny bit.
So, let's wrap this all up. What are the big things to remember? First, your monthly benefit payments are secure, period. That double SSI payment was just a calendar quirk, not a bonus, so budget accordingly. The move to digital payments is here to stay, so make sure you're set up. That SSDI rule change? It's just talk for now. And most importantly, staying informed is the best thing you can do to feel empowered and in control.
You know, these systems are always changing, always evolving. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. What's the one change that matters most to you and securing your future? Thinking about that is the first step in being proactive and navigating the road ahead. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a like.